Hello Capricorn, it is Blue Moon Oracle and I'm here with your new moon in Cancer Oracle and Tarot reading. So we are still in the new phase of the moon. We've now moved on to Leo, I think, but nonetheless the energies carry through the lunar cycle. So this lunar cycle for the collective overall is about shedding, about sexiness, about the home, and about processing our emotions, okay? And I want to start first with the message that I got for the general collective, and it came from the Morrigan, from the aspect specifically was Maha that spoke to me, and she told me that this is the lunar cycle, so from the new moon through to the full moon, it's roughly 28 days, that we are going to be facing things that we have been putting off. So it's time to face the thing that you have been avoiding dealing with. It's time to face the thing that you've been like, oh, I'm really not looking forward to that one. And this is something that I think that you have dabbled in before and you've worked on before, but it, has been a big thing. So no one's in trouble, no one's at any fault here. This is just the energies and Divine Feminine letting you know that now's the time to do it. The Morrigan is a warrior goddess and she is a powerful ally to have. And so what this tells me is that, the courage that's needed, the strength that's needed, she's combining it with yours to be able to, another key word she gave me was break new ground. So we're going to be breaking new ground. We're going to be getting breakthroughs on things that have made us stumble in the past. Okay. And then specifically, before this reading, when I take the time to tune into the energies and I tune into your ancestors, your guides, your deities, your guardian angels, those who have your highest good in mind, to see if there's anything specifically Spirit wants to say to Capricorn or whatever sign I'm working with. Okay. So first of all, angel number 32 came to me, and or numerology number 32, and so the number 32 carries the energies of both 3 and 2. 3 is about creativity and joy, and 2 is about partnerships and collaboration, which I found really amazing. Too, because this lunar cycle started off in your 7th house, which rules your relationships, ex-lovers, current lover, your spouse, business partners, and all kinds of partnerships. And this is a time to, another word, so this has nothing to, hold on a second. Sometimes they just kind of come over me. Another word that came to me was take a break. Take a break. Take some time to breathe. Take some time to have some fun, but take a break. And I feel like for some of you that's immediately going to resonate. You know exactly what I'm doing. We were on a break. Sorry, friends. I'm aging myself here. With this number 32, with the energies of 2, we're talking about partnerships here. The advice is, with partnerships, is that we're going to need to relinquish some control in those relationships, some creative control to the person with, and the end result is going to be making this collaboration at work or in volunteer work or wherever else you work, or even in your relationships, by taking a step back and relinquishing creative control and allowing the person you're working with and the team and the collaboration that's going on in your life and the various projects that you have, you're going to find more joy out of it. But taking a break from running things, I think, is probably where this is going. Taking a break from running the show, taking a break from trying to, keep all your I's dotted and your T's crossed. Allow the people that you work with, that you cohabitate with, that you are in partnership in whatever way that looks like, to step forward and give creative input. This is a season for, some fun. So take a break, put down the work, pay attention to those around you who love you, who want your time and your attention, and schedule some fun with people you enjoy being with. Okay, angels are assisting you when this happens. It's about also taking some time to trust in and love, trusting and loving yourself and others. Okay, so kind of, I feel like this is, part of this is like, you would have someone's best interest in mind, and keep in mind that the people who love you, they feel the same way. Okay. diplomacy is going to be needed too in your relationships, including business and romantic partnerships. And I'm thinking some sacral chakra work, kind of went with some orange, some sacral chakra and some solar plexus work. I think is going to be important this lunar cycle. So, you know, your personal power, deriving it from trust in yourself, not controlling and dominating other situations, I think is going to be key here this lunar cycle. So getting into the reading, we are going to follow up with what the Morgan had said about facing those things that we've been putting off. So what aspect of shadow are we needing to deal with this lunar cycle? And then we're going to look at some oracle cards to get oracle cards to get some guidance throughout this, different ones, sacred geometry. I may tap into some numerology, and then we're going to close out with a crystal oracle deck. And this right here, daily crystal inspiration. So it's going to give you some crystal energy for you for this lunar cycle. You can purchase a crystal or simply just call on the energy or use it as a way to kind of connect with those energies that are needed for the lunar cycle. And where's that damn deck? I think I'm going to use this deck. This is, it's upside down shit. Sacred Geometry Activations Oracle deck, and then just using this numerology deck for guidance cards as well as the tarot. Okay. Also, I have these decks. And if you find that you're interested in them, you can go to my page at blumenoracl.com/shop-support, and you can purchase through me and help support my site. So everything that I sell through my site, you know, I do use that money to update, you know, maintain the website, that kind of thing. So we would be getting a kickback there with affiliates. Okay. I only put up decks that I use, that I love, and have been useful in my shadow work. Let's start with those numerology. No, let's start with the numerology cards. I love these cards. They're really good for just being practical, and you know, they're simple, one word thing on here. So when I got this deck and I interviewed the deck to say, okay, how are we going to work together? What we're going to do. It talked about spiritual experience, finances, business, and like partnerships that this deck would be really good for. I didn't even ask a question. So can I get some cards for Capricorn, please, for the overall theme for this next 28 days, for this next lunar, so not 28 days, we're a little less than it now, but the rest of this lunar cycle until the full moon. Some things that we're going to be focusing on. Let's just do it with that. Let's find out what needs to be focused on for Capricorn that we've been putting off. Okay. What does Capricorn need to focus on that we've been putting off or unable to deal with for whatever reasons? And that's going to help us break new ground. When we break new ground, we are opening up pathways and doorways to abundance, for abundance to come into our lives. Okay, Capricorn. All right, got this one card here. Don't want to look at that. Let's see. I'm going to get 4 cards, I think. Okay, well, let's see. A little bit more than 4, but that's okay. So on the bottom of the deck is effort, number 13. So it's going to require some hard work and dedication from you. So this is about your personal power. We talked about that earlier in this message. It's about getting our personal power from trust in ourselves, not by dominating others. And that's going to come from having some safety and security. This is a root chakra work. This is, work. But this is really about a fundamental sense of safety and security in who you are, in what, in how we feel emotionally, in ultimately Maslow's hierarchy of needs, but that bottom rung, having our fundamental needs met emotionally and creating that sense of safety and security, and that's something that's underlying is effort. Drawing on your personal power and being grounded and connected in the present moment, I feel is really strong here too. Okay, so let's take a look at the things that we need to work on this lunar cycle that have been putting off, where we're going to be able to break new ground. Okay, so we're very simple here. The first thing we have is spiritual career. So for some of you, you are called to some kind of spiritual career, whether that's healing, tarot reading, acupuncture, acupressure, massage therapy, ministry in whatever way. This is something that you have been called to do, and you maybe have been doing it part-time, and it's time to move into full-time meditation, coaching, yoga, anything that has to do with the esoteric and the spiritual realm. This is about a spiritual career, and we need to do some healing here, and then connecting outside of ourselves, the divine, to be able to find that confidence. You know, look, sometimes I know I'm supposed to do a video, and sometimes I'll have a lot of anxiety and fear before I get on. If it wasn't for the fact that I am able to ground myself and then connect to something outside of me through meditation, through this crown chakra, then, you know, I wouldn't be able to overcome those fears and be able to push through. So we've got some healing that needs to happen here. Can I have some clarity on this card too, for those who are called to a spiritual career, who've been tossing the idea around, or who have, you know, kind of had it part-time and it's time to come make that a full-time presence, or go to school. You know, you found that you're able to work with energy, that you feel drawn to help people. And then we've got love partnership here that came up for this spiritual career. So I'm thinking somebody maybe doing this with a partner, or their partner's doing it, they should support them. And then also, I'm thinking that what's blocking here is going to be some sacral chakra work. I think that there is some fear about your ability to do this, fear about your gifts, and if they are in fact real, or if they could sustain you and support your family or yourself. And I feel like what we need to do is we need to heal from past relationships, maybe relationships that told us we weren't good enough. You may be having shoulder pain a lot, and if this is resonating, if you have shoulder pain, then I'm thinking that those relationships would have been like a parent figure, and some verbal abuse was there. Yeah, I'm thinking this has to do with some home life, and it's something that needs to be talked about. So maybe time to like talk to a therapist or a coach or something along those lines to kind of talk this out, and maybe you might need to do a little additional digging to get to that. But definitely sacral chakra work, definitely throat chakra work, and crown chakra, making that time every day. I mean, if we have a spiritual career, you may even already have a spiritual career, and what's happening here is that we are having blocks, and we're feeling drained, and we're feeling exhausted, and you know, being around people is getting a little harder, and we're tired all the time. And I think that here we need to do some healing and some connecting to source on a daily basis, multiple times through the day. We can't be healing with our own energy alone. We plug into something outside of us. We use the elements, we use other things, and those connections are built through us continued sustained practice of communing with something outside of the self, the higher self, elements, deities, angels, guides, ancestors, okay? Also, somebody is considering, been putting off finishing school, teaching and learning and completion, or maybe going back to school, wondering if it's time to go on with that. And I think that what's happening here is, so look, these are, you know, this is crown chakra and third eye, and then we have some thymus chakra in here, which is healing some traumas and stuff. I believe that what the cards are saying is like, you know, we can heal and we can teach and learn and go to school, and you don't have to have all your I's dotted and your T's crossed to be able to be helpful. Somebody may be trying to be a trainer at work, that's teaching and learning, and then also I feel like there's some projects around that have been started and not finished, that are kind of like midway through, and we haven't finished some of these projects, and completion is needed there. Also with this number 9, I'm getting like hermit energy, meditation. And I sort of almost hate that word, because it's not about like getting all quiet and shit and quieting down the brain. It's when I do my meditation, you know, I have kind of some ritual things that I do, but it's good because it's like muscle memory. You know, the conscious mind knows when I sit in this place, when I put on this music, when I light this candle, it's time for me. And so now, where it used to take me some time to connect and stay connected, I'm able to relatively quickly make that connection. You know, during that time, I cleanse chakras, I cleanse my aura, I draw on the energies of the elements and connect with them, and I do healing on myself, and I channel spirit guides, angels, ancestors, the deities that I work with, and I ask questions and get messages, and it's a time of talking and learning. There have been times that I have done, you know, soul fragment retrieval and all those things, and so it's really like it's connecting with yourself, and then entering an altered kind of state of consciousness, or connecting with the energy around us outside of in here. So we're still thinking, but we're getting out of our physical body and coming out, you know, here in this area. And I feel like that some of you are being called to really make that a priority. You're grounded as fuck, but it's time to start working with these upper chakras. I mean, there's a lot of purple, a lot of blue, a lot of purple, a lot of blue. And also some moderation is another thing that I am seeing for some of you. And maybe some of your behaviors have just gotten out of balance. You know, maybe too much joy, too much work, too much sex, too much love, too much drugs, too much alcohol, you know, and what we're doing is we talked about that sense of safety and security, and what we're trying to do is create that sense of safety and security, or kind of plug up or cover up those feelings that are uncomfortable for us through changing the way we feel by obsessively or compulsively or overindulging in things that make us feel good, but are not necessarily good for us. Okay, so moderation is definitely something that's come up here too. Let's see if there's another card here. I kind of feel like some parenting stuff maybe, you know, needing to be dealt with. Oh, good God. Effort came up again. And then following your dreams with this alignment with Neptune, and Neptune's all about soulmates and dreams. So, you know, it's time to revisit the things that you wanted to do when you were a child. This thymus chakra here, you know, I feel like there's some woundedness here in that area with regards to what it is you really wanted to be or do, or the dreams you have now. And, you know, dreams can sometimes feel like they can never be a reality. They're up here. Well, they won't become a reality unless we take the steps necessary to make it a reality. So remember, Maka said we are breaking new ground. We are dealing with that thing that we've been putting off. And for some of you, it's about following your dreams and stepping out in faith and doing the healing work necessary to get there. Pink is the color of healing and harmony and love. And then this blue here tells me, this turquoise blue, is that, you know, there's some healing that needs to be done. 88 is a karmic number. A 5 is about the ability to have some joy and change and, you know, a spiritual experience and freedom and liberation. And we talked about too, you know, that creativity, needing to work with the people that we're partner with, like relinquishing some control. But ultimately, we're looking at following your dreams. No matter how impractical they may seem to you, it will all work out, but you have to take that leap of faith and figure out how you can make it do it. All of this is going to take sustained effort. And the number 13 is the number of the death card. And so we're talking about transformation here. And, you know, getting grounded, getting rooted, and then walking in our personal power. It's going to take some exertion of energy. So if you find yourself low on energy, one of the affirmations I've been doing for the last, like, I don't know, I guess month or so has been, I am growing in strength and vitality. My spirit guide came to me in my dream and woke me up to tell me I needed to start saying that. And then it was amazing how much the word vitality appeared around me, like every day, the synchronicities. You know, and then also making sure that you're meeting your needs, like you're getting the food that you need. You are getting to the doctor if you need to get to the doctor. You are getting the amount of sleep that your body needs, because, you know, the root chakra, I think, of Pentacles, and that is about our health, our physical body, our home. But, you know, really, this is all about taking care of yourself in a healthy, balanced way. So we need healing in the root chakra, healing in the solar plexus, and sacral chakra. And we're going to be tuning in and learning to use these upper chakras, or revisiting that, or strengthening those abilities here, because somebody's got a spiritual career that is calling them. Okay, let's go ahead and get, you know, with following the moon is feminine, and I feel like there's probably some messages. Oh, look at cards on the bottom. Delight. That is something that came up for you about having fun in Capricorn. The frequency of delight supports our capacity to create and experience feelings of intense joy and happiness. The more delight we feel, the more delight we evoke in others. So finding ways to have delight in healthy, balanced ways. Go ahead and take a screenshot of this card. And this is something you're going to meditate on or take a look at, try to look at it every day and let your eyes adjust for a second. The colors, the shapes, the numbers, it's like a computer program, and they help us break new ground. They help rewire neural pathways. They spark memories in our subconscious of things that our soul knows from all our past experiences. Having a paradigm shift in the way we think and perceive the world is painful and can be rather rough. These cards are super helpful. I'm going to get more of these cards. We'll end with more of those cards, but I feel like I need to get some from this Divine Feminine for some feminine energy that's going to be needed with the sacral chakra, with the intuition, and with calming down that solar plexus, which is masculine in itself. We're going to need to draw in some feminine energy. And so, you can do it one or two ways, or any way you like, really, but either A, call on the legit, guide or goddess that shows up in this, or call on the energy they represent. All right, can I have some cards for Capricorn, for the energy that's coming in, energy that's going to assist them, energy that's needed to deal with those things they've been putting off? Oh, I've never seen this one before. I think there might be one more Capricorn. Okay. Green Terra, the Buddha of enlightened action. My soul informs my every step. I do what my heart compels me to do. And I think that's going to be really important. Not doing what we have to do, that needs to be done, or we think needs to be done, but making our decisions through the heart center and pausing, doing that connection. So she is the Buddha of enlightened action. So we still have to take action, that sustained effort that came up, but it's going to be enlightened action. That's what we're working on, the crown chakra and the throat chakra, which is another spiritual chakra, because we want to be able to take enlightened action. So if you're having trouble taking enlightened action, you can call on the Green Terra or Tara, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Okay, so also what we have here is Teresa of Avila, Our Lady of the Interior Life. I trust the answers I find within me. I know the presence of love is real. Again, we're looking inward. We're looking inward, not externally to those things that need moderation, that we're overindulging in, or, spending. It's taking away from the work that needs to be done emotionally in ourselves, okay? Because I'm a shadow worker. I work with the shadow. I work with repressed emotions. I work with, that which is hidden and needs to be revealed and then processed and worked through so that we can live our best lives, fulfill our life's purpose, break new ground. I believe in other modalities of healing, such as psychiatry, psychology, pain doctors, medication. I am all for it. All of it is still in my life. Well, I don't go to pain doctors anymore. That part's been healed for sure. But I forgot where the fuck I was going with that. Fuck. Oh God. Okay, but we're talking about looking inward and breaking new ground spiritually to take us to that next level, when everything else, it's a part of the, healing package, therapy, psychiatry, whatever else it is you do, mixed with the esoteric, mixed with otherworldly methodologies together will help us break new ground. So the answers, I trust the answers I find within me. I know the presence of love is real. Teresa of Avila. Okay, and then we have Lalita, the red goddess. Lalita says, playfulness is a spiritual power. Laughter leads me back into the light. And the word playfulness and joy and having fun has come up a few times in this reading, Capricorn. Take a break. As it was said in the beginning, take a break. I don't know who it was with spirit. Sometimes the guides tell me who they are. Sometimes, it's not very talkative. They tell me what they got to do and they leave. Sometimes they talk their asses off, their heads off. Okay, and then, I didn't mean to grab that. Okay, then the last card we have is Diana. She is a moon goddess. So some of you are being called to follow the energy of the moon. It already pulls you in directions. You might as well get aligned with it. Great moon calendar app for iPhones. You don't know if it's on Android, but look for a moon calendar app that gives you your you know, your horoscope with it, and as how the planetary phases affect you, and good things to do to work with the energies of the moon. So Queen of the Wilderness, the language of the natural world is a frequency of love. This is my mother tongue. So tuning into the natural world, to earth and to the moon. Going after, she's a huntress, so going after your healing, like you're hunting for something to eat so you don't starve to death. After our healing that way, not another person, you know, not the career, not that that's not important, but for breaking new ground, for being able to go further than you ever have before, for being fulfilled, for finding satisfaction and maintaining it. You know, we have to look outside of ourselves. Get into the unconscious and the subconscious mind. Commune with your higher self. You can call your higher self Diana if you don't believe in any of these divine feminine energies as actual deities and beings. Okay, and then crystal card for the lunar cycle from Daily Inspiration Crystals. Again, all of these decks are on my website at blumentoracle.com/shop support. You can choose to purchase this. I'm not selling crystals yet. I'm building up my supply right now. But I'm only getting crystals that have been super useful in my recovery work and my healing from trauma. Is the kind of only things that I'll be selling. I'll be selling like just every crystal that's in this deck. Just what I use. Okay. So let's see what crystals are needed for intentions, for setting intentions, for practical steps to take to do these things, okay? For Capricorn, please. I already see one popping up here with that solar plexus for that healthy personal power. Okay, well, they wanted to jump out, fuck out for you. Okay, so first we have chrysopes. Now, if I say these words wrong, they're wrong for you. They feel right for me, and I'm going to keep saying them that way, and you say them your way, and we just, you know, be cool with it, okay? Allow yourself to receive. Allow yourself to receive. Receive help from your partners. Receive collaboration and input from the people in your life to, you know, help you on this journey, to assist you in your daily tasks. You don't have to do it all by yourself. So one of the ways is you can set intentions is how can you allow yourself to receive? What is it you need to receive? Where do you need assistance in your life? Where do you need collaboration? And allow yourself to receive the input from other people and be diplomatic about it. That came up earlier from that number 32. Next we have Citrine. And Citrine says, bring in the light. Bring in the light. Bring in the light. How can we bring light into our life in a practical way? How can we bring, what does a light bring? What does sunshine bring? It brings vitality and health and optimism. So I'm thinking affirmations will be really good for you. To work in affirmations around your personal power, around sacral chakra affirmations for sure. And because that's where love comes from in our relationships and even platonic love and stuff like that. Citrine, bring in the light. Next we have Labradorite, see the magic. Look for synchronicities, look for signs such as the number 32. The 32 coming up is going to resonate with you, or 23 even, or 322, or 233. Look for those combinations of numbers and then look them up. When you see them, look up, type in angel number 2333. But remember, number's 32 is the number, and you know, when you see a combination of those numbers, where there's double ones or just alone, like 4:32 p.m., look up angel number 32, 432 at that point. You know, those kinds of things, okay? And get guidance. Look for synchronicities. Look for synchronicities. If someone mentions a Labradorite, if someone, you know, look for synchronicities and signs to guide you on this path, okay? Next we have Amethyst, trust your intuition, and that came up in the cards a lot with that crown chakra, and then even with the goddess about looking in for the answers. Okay, so Amethyst can really help you with that. How can you learn to trust your intuition? What practical steps can you learn to trust your intuition, to run things through the heart center? So how about maybe setting the intention that before you make a decision, I am going to take a deep breath and close my eyes until I feel centered, and then listen when I have to make a decision, instead of just running the show without pausing. We we run from a place of autopilot, and most of us, our autopilot just fucking sucks because when we got, you know, it's out of date. Let's just put it that way. It's out of date. It needs an update, and let's get that update through tuning into the spirit realm or the higher self. Next, we have Rainbow and Obsidian, Heal Your Heart. Rainbow Obsidian, Heal Your Heart. You know, obsidian's got a lot of power in it, just overall obsidian. It's a great stone for manifestation. It's a great stone for personal power. It's a great stone, just obsidian, for, you know, spiritual transformation. But this is saying heal your heart. And again, we have those pinks and purples. And that came up around some of you for the spiritual career. Heal your heart. Because sometimes we'll be running things through that heart center isn't really actually helping, because there needs to be healing done in that heart center. So we have chrysoprase, citrine, rainbow obsidian, amethyst, labradorite. Which one speaks to you? Maybe they all do. You don't have to go buy the crystals. You can just call on their energy, okay? And the advice that was given is heal your heart, trust your intuition, bring in light, allow yourself to receive. See the magic. Look for signs in your dreams, you know, what you're waking up when you're thinking about in the morning. If you hear something, pay attention to it. If thought comes in your head, ringing in your ears, what's going on around you? Pause and ask, what's going on? What's the message for me? And these ears here will open. You can even do this to help get you opened around this part on either side of the head. Right here, if you do have crystals, selenite 1 is great for kind of clearing this out, but you can do it energetically just by I'm getting fire energy. This is my fire to clear out those, to burn away what's in the way there, okay? If you need some assistance with that, you know, I am a healer, and I am able to channel and also teach and equip, which is my main calling and goal. And we can do some digging if some digging is needed. We can do some energy work. I do it remotely right now, but it's just as powerful, just as effective for us to do it remotely as well. You can go to bluemoonOracle.com/healing and look at what options I have there. And if you don't see what it is you're looking for, shoot me an email and we'll figure out something together, okay? And now what we're gonna do is get a sacred geometry card to give us the activations that we need to prepare us to break new ground this lunar cycle, okay? Throat chakra. It's number 5 has shown up again. Remember your number's 32. Oh, that's also another number to be looking for is the 555, 55, 5555, you know. The frequency of the throat chakra. The blue flower of life supports our self-expression and sense of peace and balance. And we talked about that, you know, sense of self-expression and learning to walk in our personal power without overstepping on other people, controlling and being able to express our honest truth. Not that we're not being honest, being able to express the real truth underneath. And that's challenging for us, especially those of us who have a background in trauma, because we didn't really learn how to handle our feelings because we weren't allowed to have them, or we were consumed with fear. And so we don't recognize joy. We don't recognize happiness. We don't recognize, you know, other feelings. There's more feelings than that, and we don't know how to identify where they're coming from. So this is about expressing your true self. That's going to help with that. And then perception, here we have a 3 and a 5 again. And it says the frequency of perception supports our natural curiosity, moving us beyond our comfort zone to find the edges of what we perceive as real and to take a good, hard, deep look at it. So, you know, getting to the truth of what's underneath there, being able to take a look at that. So go ahead and screenshot this card. Look at it every day. You can also go to Sacred Geometry and, you know, look up the card yourself there too. And then we have throat chakra. So go ahead and screenshot that as well. All right, Capricorn, this is a time for breaking new ground. This is a time for relinquishing control and trusting that the universe has your back and that it is okay to have fun, to have joy, to have sex, to, you know, enjoy things in moderation. And if you're being called to a spiritual career, let's get that going. If you're being called to go back to school or to finish school, let's get that going. You know, with healing around the sacral chakra. That's going to be from probably healing around the sacral chakra. Let's just go with that. And you can rewind the video to watch. I don't remember everything that came up. But I want to thank you for joining me on this journey and allowing me to be on this journey with you. You know, we are all connected because we are energy. So when I say, you know, namaste, the spirit in me recognizes, loves, adores, appreciates, and values the spirit in you, I literally mean that because I can feel your energy, you know, and as you work to heal yourself and set yourself free, Capricorn, you do the same for me and for the collective. We open up portals of healing for others to enter into to make their journey easier, you know, and someone's doing that for you now as they work on themselves, okay? So again, namaste. When I say I love you, I mean it. Thanks, Cap.